All right, here we go. So after that really, really disappointing loss in the league, the worst match that I think we've seen in the entire save, we are here again in Guam against Guam Shipyard, and we're hoping to win this one. I don't just want to advance to the next round. I want to actually win this match. That's the goal. We'll see if we can do it or not. They are, as you know, an amateur side. We have kind of a strange setup here today because of the injury to our defensive midfielder. We've had to have Kader Bamba go up to play defensive midfield. We'll see how he does. It does mean that we're able to get Shen Yuting back in there at the very back, which might end up being a good thing. We'll see how it works. Liu Chunjie now with it, knocks that forward, looking for Hu Shichan, and can he score is the question. He gets a shot off, which is pretty good, but unfortunately he is not able to score. In the background, in the meantime, I've been looking more and more at potentially changing us to a strikerless formation so that we can hopefully get rid of the likes of Hu Shichan and these other players who play forward who are incapable of scoring goals because we seem to have a lot of them. It would be nice to have a team that maybe is capable of doing a little bit more. Menegong over to Silla, back to Menegong. Passes now Lingwanda over to Hu Shichan, and he doesn't even jump for it. Kader Bamba with it now, over to Shen Yuting. Back to Bamba, over to Feng Xiaoqi. This looks a little bit better. And Feng Xiaoqi brings this up to Bamba, over to Lingwanda, and unfortunately, we're not quite able to get that one around. And Shen Yuting is called for a foul there in the back. So Kader Bamba with a good pass back to Lingwanda, who unfortunately has apparently no ability to attack from the segundo volante position, and so that one ends up being sort of wasted, and we're about 20 minutes into this match without much action. Here's Lee Chaba, who grabs onto that. He should be happy he's even starting today. After that last performance, I was tempted to not start him again, and I still might sell him. Shen Yuting passes to Cai Yuting, over to Lingwanda. Lingwanda up to Menegong. Menegong with it back to Cai Yuting, who lumps this forward looking for Hu Shichan, and he takes a shot from range. It's stopped by Bassler, by their keeper. So, I mean, it was an idea, but it wasn't a particularly good one. Feng Xiaoqi now throws into Lingwanda. Over to Kader Bamba, back to Lingwanda, and he takes a shot from range. That's from way too far out for him. And one of the reasons why I kind of want to go strikerless is because I like to figure out a way to get Lingwanda up a little bit closer. It's one of the problems that we've been having. I mean, we'll see what we can do. Shen Yuting over to Bamba, back to Lingwanda, and it's just taken away from him. And he did not play that very intelligently. I'm afraid, well, their shot, fortunately, is up and above into the 5 or 6 people who decided to come all the way to Guam from Taiwan for this match. Kind of a long flight. Bassler dumps this one forward. Liu Chunjie wins it, but then we're unable to get the ball off of his head. And Dai, however, is able to win it again. And he brings it up and just takes a shot for some reason with his non-dominant foot. I'm not quite sure why he decided to do that. Instead of passing, he had a couple of guys running up there with him. And we're having a hard time winning headers, I'll tell you that much. Shen Yuting's able to win that one. Silla wins that finally. Hu Shichan passes it forward to Ndaye, who beats his man, and he's got 4 guys on him. I mean, there's no place to shoot. So Ndaye, once again, is being a little bit frustrated here. There's a lumped pass over to Silla, and it ends up with Lingwanda, who just is not able to bend that one, and we're going to go out for another goal kick. That's going to be the end of this one. Lingwanda looks like he's feeling tired, and we are going to have some guys who are going to need some rest. One of the problems that we have is that while we have a bunch of players, most of them are either goalkeepers or strikers, guys who just simply are not going to play. And so we do need to rethink the squad a little bit here. The score remains 0-0. Cai Yuting was able to sort of clear that one, but not very far. And we're going to need to have a rethink about a lot of things here. Salas's header, fortunately, was too high. And so for the moment, we are still looking into going into the next round. Lingwanda here in the back with it over to Silla, passes over to Menegong, and he passes back to Cai Yuting. Cai Yuting with it lumps this forward and is looking for Hu Shichan, who beats the keeper, and he still doesn't score. He hits the side of the side post, which tells me that he may be destined to never score a goal. He does have one. At one point in time, he did score. Bomb over to Feng Xiaoqi. Very, very good job to maintain possession. Feng Xiaoqi now passes back to Liu Chunjie, over to Bamba again. This is what we like to see. Passes over to Shen Yuting, and we just maintain possession, and that's kind of what we wanted to do. But that should have been a goal. I mean, we're getting shots away, but See what we can do. I believe in you, whatever. I guess we'll play it nice and cuddly with him. But we do want to see a win today. We definitely don't want to give up a goal. We don't want to give them any hope. And I hope that we can actually score. Li Chaba goes over and grabs this one over to Liu Chunjie. And that's going to be the end of that highlight. And so that's a pretty good way to end it. At least it doesn't end with a shot by them. Ndaye is just not having a good match. Over to Cai Yuting now. Cai Yuting, I think Ndaye may have played a little bit too much. Ling Guando over to Ndaye again. He passes it down to Feng Xiaoqi, who looks surprised to get the ball, which is a bad thing. Over to Ndaye and over to Silla, and he finally scores. Silla, only his second goal of the season. He had quite a bit more last season at this point in time. 1-0 from Mars FC. And he had a feeling that something was going to come eventually. So we do finally score the goal. And this was set up pretty nicely, I think, by Feng Xiaoqi, who looked surprised to get that pass at first. And then Silla with the shot. And that's pretty well done. So 1-0 is the score so far. And we'll see what we can do from here. We have about 40, maybe 35 minutes now of this match left. And as usual, Hu Shichan having a poor match. It's so rare for us to see a good match from our strikers. It's always all or nothing, right? You either have a great match or you have a match that's an absolute zero. And that was almost a goal by Guam Shipyard. We're very, very fortunate that header was off because that looked like that was absolutely going to go in. So it is. It's 3-0 now for Mars FC on aggregate. My guess is that that's going to be enough to see us through. But again, I would really like to see another goal for us. Ling Guando over to Ndaye, down to Feng Xiaoqi, and Feng Xiaoqi passes it back to Liu Chunjie, over to Kader Bamba, Bamba back to Liu Chunjie, and up to Shen Yuting, back to Kader Bamba. He lumps this forward, looking for Hu Shichan, who takes a shot, but that's offside, as usual. And, it's problematic. It's problematic. Some of these players are just not good. Not good, not a very good job, and we need to see some better quality than this. And let's see if we can get the ball back off of them and get another scoring opportunity of our own. And they're making us look pretty bad. They're not even in our half of the field yet, though. So, if they want to pass it back and forth in the back, they can do that all day long if they want to. But there they go. And there's our retro, and he just passes it straight to Li Chaba. There wasn't much of a shot, so we weathered that, I suppose. Silla here with the ball now, and he passes to Ndaye, back to Silla, over to Hu Shichan, and for some reason he thinks that his goal is to just shoot as soon as he touches the ball, which it is not. He was looking uninterested, now he looks complacent. I was tempted a second ago to take him out, and I might actually do that because that was pretty bad. So the man who we thought was going to be the future, and there's Jordan Matapo with the shot for Guam Shipyard, wasn't an excellent Guam Shipyard move. I don't know what the person at the bottom says. It was a goal scored off of a corner. There was no move. Anyway, so we were going to do this before. Now we're really going to do this. He's going to come off. We'll just put whoever we have here on the bench in, and we're going to probably find him again. And as I said, this is going to push us further and further into strikerless territory just because we can't find a striker here that's worth anything. Silla passes to Menegong. Menegong with it. Brings it forward right side and lumps this on forward again to Hu Shichan, and he actually scores there. How about that? I think it was even onside. So, we might actually leave him on then for a second, 2-1 here on aggregate, and we don't need to see this replay. We're not going to make that tactical change. We'll go ahead and continue the way that we were going before. Hu Shichan finally scores, and that'll calm him down a little bit, and then we don't take him off. So there you have it. Maybe we do play with a striker for a little bit longer. I don't know what Shen Yuting's doing with that. That's ridiculous. Instead of, taking hold of it, he has nobody around him, and he just heads it over to the opposing players. So pretty poor performance here by a number of defenders. Feng Xiaoqi now throws into Liu Chunjie, over to Shen Yuting, who lumps this forward to nobody in particular, as usual. And, this thing that we see every single time we play comes out once again, and it's testing and trying of your patience, I'll tell you that. Now, we need to get the ball off of them, and it's Duenas who has it here. And is he going to square forward? No, but it is eventually squared forward for the shot. And fortunately, we're able to prevent that from going in. 4-1 on aggregate. I don't really see them coming up with 3 goals here in the next couple of next couple of minutes, but you never know. They already scored one off of a corner, and we were able to hit that one out for another corner here. The game gave them credit for a good move. There was no good move associated with it. It was just a corner that, fortunately for them, was able to go in. And you can see poor job by us trying to clear. And there we go. Now we are away from that frame of reference, and the match is just about over. Li Chaba kicks over to Shen Yuting, and we have won. We are going to emerge victorious here. And here's Ndaye passing to Kader Bamba over to Silla, Ling Guanda to Menagong. It was a poor pass to him anyway, but it doesn't matter, and that will do it. So we win this one 2-1, 4-1 in aggregate. In this particular match, we had an XG of 1.78 to their 1.23, so fairly even. We had 57% of the possession, not as much as we've enjoyed in some other matches. And I think they gave us a much better run for our money here, but we win anyway on aggregate, and we move on. And I will see you as we move on with this channel and with this project. See you tomorrow. Bye.